As someone who writes online articles on a weekly basis and teaches online journalism to students at Bournemouth University, one of the things that often surprises me when it comes to writing for the web is the lack of consideration a writer gives to his audience. To really be successful when it comes to writing online, you need to know what works and what doesn't work in terms of structure, format and presentation. So in this video, I aim not only to get you all thinking about how an audience reads online, but also thinking about the best way to present your article so it's easy to digest and grabs the reader's attention. Although the internet has changed how many of us read forever, it does come with its disadvantages. Online audiences are easily sidetracked by the infinite stream of distractions available online, and they want information presented to them so it's easy to navigate and easy to read. One of the main things we know about online readers is they like to skim read an article before deciding to commit to read the whole thing. As you can see from this quote by Steve Krug, one of the very few well-documented facts about web use is that people tend to spend very little time reading most web pages. Instead, we scan or skim them, looking for words or phrases that catch our eye. With this in mind, let's think about how we can construct articles to make sure we are grabbing a reader's attention and entice them to read more. Here are 5 major factors we need to be considering when we're writing for the web. Number 1. Write a killer headline. Making headlines clear, concise and interesting can hook a potential audience and convince them to read your article. Number 2. Front load key info. Writing a strong lead can quickly introduce readers to the main points of a story and encourage them to read more. Number 3. Make content easy to scan. Presenting content in chunks makes scanning easier for users and can improve their ability to comprehend and remember it. Number 4. Use headings. Make your content easier to digest by breaking articles up with the use of headings. They will help readers scan your post. And number 5, include hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are key when it comes to writing for the web. Links add context to your words. Always check those hyperlinks work. Let's take a look at headline writing. Headline writing is key when it comes to attracting an audience. Your headline is your chance to really grab the reader's attention and make sure your article stands out. As you can see from this quote by Peter Cutchley, the headline is our one chance to reach people who have a million other things that they are thinking about. Here are 4 things you need to be thinking about when writing a headline. Number 1, your headline should work out of context. Online headlines often appear divorced from the article online. Make sure your headline works when unconnected from the article. Number 2, make sure your headline is clear and concise. Readers want headlines to be short and to the point. Editing your titles and omitting non-essential words can make a headline easier to process. Number 3, be specific. Broad and ambiguous headlines don't work. Useful headlines are specific. They provide facts or information that pique the interest of a potential reader. Number 4, be case consistent. Whether you decide to write headlines in title case or sentence case, be sure to stick to one or the other to ensure consistency. Okay, the headline is also key when it comes to search engine optimization, but we're going to cover that in a separate video later. For now, let's go through these 4 points in a bit more detail. Okay, so number 1, your headline should work out of context. Here we have 2 headlines for an article about Bournemouth Beach being listed in TripAdvisor's top 10 beaches in the UK. The first, Life's a Beach, is very ambiguous, while the second, Bournemouth Beach ranks 7th in UK poll, is much more specific. Both headlines could work when presented in context with the rest of the article. However, imagine these headlines divorced from the content, say in a search engine listing or on social media. Which one works? The second, more descriptive headline tells potential readers what to expect from the article. The first, whilst fun, tells them nothing. Online headlines should be clear and concise. The ideal length of an online headline is something that's been discussed to great depth in numerous articles, but whether you think it's 5 words or 8, keeping them clear and concise is key. Here we have two headlines, once again for that article about Bournemouth Beach being listed in TripAdvisor's top 10 beaches in the UK. The first, Bournemouth Beach listed in top 10 of TripAdvisor's best UK beach poll, is a good descriptive headline. However, it just feels too long. A good journalist would know how to shorten this, and which words he should keep and which words he can drop. The second headline, Bournemouth Beach ranked 7th in TripAdvisor poll, is a little less descriptive. We don't know what the poll is focused on, but it still contains all the important words and generally summarises the article. I think it also adds a little intrigue. Hopefully the reader will want to read the article to find out more about the poll, but it's still descriptive. Online headlines should be specific. One of the main jobs of a headline is to tell a reader exactly what a story is about. The headline should summarise the content within the word count given by the publication, so it's really important to be specific. In our two headlines here, one of them gives the specifics of the article and the other one doesn't. The first, Bournemouth Beach listed in top 10 of recent poll, gives a rough summary of the story, but it's lacking some key detail. The second, Bournemouth Beach ranked 7th in TripAdvisor poll, is more descriptive, telling the reader which poll and where the beach ranked, and it does it in fewer words. Online headlines should be consistent when it comes to case. There are two ways you can write a headline, title case and sentence case. The first, title case, capitalises the first word and all key or principal words in the headline, whilst the second, sentence case, is written exactly like a sentence where you capitalise the first word and all proper nouns. Which style you adopt will depend on the platform you work for. It's always best to ensure consistency though. This will be part of something a website will refer to as its house style. And here we have an example. You can see in the first headline, which is a title case headline, nearly all the words are capitalised, apart from the word in. Whereas in the second headline, which is sentence case, the only words capitalised are the first words and any following proper nouns. In this case, the name TripAdvisor. The importance of a strong lead. The lead, or opening paragraph, is the most important part of a news story. When writing online, we always make sure we front load the key information of an article. There's no point in saving it to the end. A lead not only sets the mood or tone for the rest of the story, but much like the headline, it should provide a brief summary of what the following article covers. So here's what you need to think about when you're writing a lead. Number 1, keep it short. Learning how to deliver key information in as few words as possible is an essential skill for online journalists. Number 2, focus. Think about which of the 5 W's, who, what, when, where and why, are most important and put the focus on those. And finally, be specific. Leads that are too broad won't be informative or interesting for your readers. Okay, so here we have 2 examples of a lead. The first, it's time to grab your bucket and spade and head to the beach, but where are the best spots in the UK for a bit of sunbathing and castle building? This lead is more about setting the scene for the rest of the article, but it doesn't really contain any key details about our story. Whereas the second lead, Bournemouth Beach has been listed as one of TripAdvisor's top 10 best beaches in the UK for a 3rd year running, gives all the key details about the article, and though tonally it isn't as interesting as the first, it provides a lot more information for the readers and for search engines. Again, like headlines, leads are really important in search engine optimization. Breaking it up, how to format your article to make it easier to read. Research has shown breaking content up into smaller manageable sections is an effective way of making your article scannable and easier to digest. So when writing online, always aim to create short paragraphs. Avoid creating blocks of text which can appear intimidating or time-consuming by using shorter paragraphs which enable easier scanning. Use subheadings. Inserting subheadings can help readers find important info in your writing. Subheadings should grab the attention and refer to something in the text below. And finally, use block quotes. Does an interviewee have something important to say? Highlight it by using the block quote formatting above the paragraph where the quote sits. As you can see, the content on screen is currently presented in one large chunk, meaning it's difficult to pull key information from it quickly and effectively. However, look what happens when we break it up and add some formatting. By breaking it into small paragraphs, it instantly feels less imposing and also easier to scan. Now if we add headings, it becomes even easier to scan. A reader can now skim read the article and get a good idea of some of the key points covered within the post. The importance of hyperlinks, where and when to add links in your article. Hyperlinks are a key element of what makes the internet, so we need to make sure we use them effectively throughout our writing. Hyperlinks should be used to provide further information. As journalists, we're taught to write concise articles, but often there's much more to a story. Use links to add extra relevant information. Use hyperlinks to provide attribution. An essential tool when it comes to attribution, use links to show where you've taken information from or provide credibility for an interviewee. And finally, use hyperlinks to promote other articles. The use of internal links, links to other articles on your site, will encourage readers to spend more time on your site, something all editors will want. Here we have the opening couple of paragraphs from our Bournemouth Beach article. As you can see, the article now contains 3 hyperlinks. The first link, Top 10 Best Beaches, links to the actual TripAdvisor list of the top 10 beaches in the UK. This link proves what we are claiming in the article is true. Without including that link, we have provided no evidence to prove what we were saying is factual. And it's very similar with the second hyperlink, 3 million visitors per summer. Here I've made a claim, and I'm using a hyperlink to back up that claim. The hyperlink points to an official government document detailing the number of visitors to Bournemouth over a year. Again, without this hyperlink, I could have easily made this 3 million figure up. Whenever including statistics or data in your article, try to prove authenticity and provide accreditation through your hyperlinks. And finally, that third hyperlink, since Victorian times, just provides a little bit of background for our reader. The article claims that Bournemouth's main beach has been catering for beachgoers since Victorian times, and this hyperlink points to an article detailing the history of Bournemouth Beach, so if readers are interested and feel we haven't provided this information in the article, they can click on the link and read more. So one final thing we'll have to think about when inserting hyperlinks into an article is whether you want them to open in a new window or open in the current window. Again, like headline case, this might be decided by the platform you write for. However, if you're making that decision yourself, think about which one you think is best. Opening a hyperlink in a new window means your original article always stays open in the background, whereas opening the current window means your readers browse away from your article. Okay, so that's pretty much all we're going to cover today. So just to recap. Key point number 1, write a killer headline. Making headlines clear, concise and interesting can hook a potential audience and convince them to read your article. Number 2, front load key information. Writing a strong lead can quickly introduce readers to the main points of a story and encourage them to read more. Number 3, make content easy to scan. Presenting content in chunks makes scanning easier for users and can improve their ability to comprehend and remember it. And number 4, use headings. Make your content easier to digest by breaking articles up with the use of headings. They will help readers scan your post. And finally, number 5, include hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are key when it comes to writing for the web. Links add context to your words. And again, with hyperlinks, always check they work. There's nothing worse than a broken hyperlink. So, thanks for watching. If you want to contact me, feel free to reach out over Twitter or via the email address on the screen.